My name is Joanna Landry. My maiden name is Pelche Leroy, and I come from Cowessess First Nations with family connections to the Métis Road Allowance of Maryville, Saskatchewan. I am a daughter of a survivor of residential school, as well as a daughter of a Métis day school survivor as well. So I've been involved with the Archdiocese for a number of years, working really closely these last, 4 years with the Archbishop Don Bolin, and staying connected closely with the Truth and Reconciliation movement and work that we're doing for this Archdiocese. And we're working really hard to try to develop a plan about moving forward and putting things in place for the Truth and Reconciliation funding that's coming forward. So I am one of the second delegation to go to Rome for the visit, and very honored to be a part of that group and participate in the visit with him on April the 1st is the scheduled date that we get to have and be in the audience to be a part of that. And very honored and humbled to do that, and really looking forward to hearing the voices there, but also myself represent the people of this community, of this territory, as well as family members that have attended residential school, those that have gone on, that have not had the opportunity to be part of this, witnessing this, and all my ancestors that were part of those days of residential school. So I'm excited to listen and hear, support, of course, as much as I can for the people that are going, and just really looking forward to hearing what Pope Francis has to say. It's going to be more of a discussion on the ways to move forward, I suspect, how to build back relationships with the Catholic Church and Indigenous people, as well as just being there for each other and supporting each other. I was thinking of a traditional word that's often used in the community. I hear it quite often, and it's called Wakotawin, which is we were all connected. And I think of that word when I think of the work that's being done and how we're trying to bring that back. You can see a number of families that have broken kinship as a result of the effects of residential school. And how do we get that Wakotawin back to where we traditionally lived many years ago? The kinship piece is very important, and we need to have the Pope recognize that importance of that and how that kinship, those kinship relationships have changed due to the effects of residential school. I do hope he will hear the language for sure, as I know there's a number of people who still have their language and have retained their language. But for those like myself who are present that doesn't have that language background, but is relearning that language, and that's one of the effects of the residential school, that loss of language and culture. Culture more so because the language plays a big part in the culture. Without one, it's meaningless. So those two play very close hand in hand. So as I continue to get older and recognize that how important that language and culture is, and transferring it on to my child and my grandchild, it's becoming a lot more of a importance within my life. And now I am learning more about the language and the culture, trying to see if I can learn it, to understand, and to share it with generations going forward. So there's that language and culture piece, and I do hope that's something that is discussed at the visit, and that there are some action pieces that come out of that to address that loss of culture and language. It's a very important piece to to one's being. I think of the call to action 58 and the apology, and I know it's a significant piece to the Truth and Reconciliation calls to action, and we know an apology is important. We know some people may not accept it, but it's what's going to be the actions that come out of that, and how are we going to build our relationships with each other. That's really important.